all doing? Welcome to the Pre-Bootcamp Ask Me Anything session. How are you all doing in the chat box? You can all let me know. I know all of you have registered for the Retired Professionals Bootcamp. How is it that people who are approaching retirement and people who've retired right now can tap into the opportunity of being an independent director? The bootcamp is on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but we decided that we'll just come here and answer any query that you may have about eligibility, about your background, about even how to join the bootcamp. So I just came in here. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat box and I would be happy to answer them. Let me just talk about the opportunity of being an independent director right now in India. The IPOs in India especially have been growing. So if you see a year by year growth from 2023 to 2024 and now last year 2025, we have experienced a growth in IPOs. The thing is that every company which is listed, right? All listed companies and in fact non-listed public companies also, they need to appoint one third of directors as independent directors. Public companies who have capital of basically 10 crore or more, or if they have a turnover of 100 crore or more, they need to have two independent directors. This opportunity is growing every single year. And the database of the independent directors shows that currently there is a gap of more than 25,000 independent director seats, which could be potential so many appointments because every company needs at least one third of the board. So, yes, there is a massive opportunity for becoming an independent director. We are going to discuss this in the bootcamp in much more detail. I will show you everything in relation to the exam and how is it that you can crack appointments. But today, we will just discuss if you have any doubts before starting off with the bootcamp. So put your doubts in the chat box and I would be happy to answer. All right, we have Gaya Sodish who is saying what type of work we have to perform as an independent director. So, when you get appointed as an independent director, you need to attend board meetings and you need to attend other committee meetings also. So, this is basically part time work, and you just need to attend the meetings, do corporate governance work, ask relevant questions in the board meetings, and for this, you get a sitting fees. You could attend anywhere between 10 to 15 meetings per year because they have different audit committees, remuneration committees, board meetings, and you just attend the meetings, you charge a sitting fees. That's about it. Okay, I have tried but did not get the appointment. Somebody saying Confidence Foundation 3952. That's the name on YouTube. So, cracking the independent director exam is not enough. We can look at the data bank of the IICA, which conducts the independent director exam, and you will see that, of course, clearing the exam is the first step, but it is just a mere technicality. To become an independent director, you also need to go through the journey of building your personal brand, something we will tell you how to do in the boot camp. So you cannot miss out. There are people who have cleared the exam but failed to get appointed. We will give you strategies on how to get appointed. All right, Alin Mohan, you've understood about independent directors. So we will tell you in the boot camp, right? How is it that you can prepare for the exam? What is your journey going to be for building your personal brand and how you can secure your appointments? In fact, a lot of networking strategies with merchant bankers, with investors, so that you can get in their network and secure appointments sooner. How to crack the exam for independent director, Arshdeep. So this is a simple exam which is conducted by the IICA. All right, it has 100 questions. It has 50 questions of 100 marks. All right, and every question is 2 marks. You get 1 hour 15 minutes to complete the exam, and you must score 50%. Once you have completed the exam, you can go ahead and start building a personal brand and then secure your appointment. But clearing the exam is important. Dev Kumar Chaudhary, I just told you about the exam, right? We will discuss the syllabus of the exam and the type of questions also asked tomorrow in the boot camp. So make sure you guys attend. We will start at 2 p.m. In which conditions can ID be trailed? So a lot of people ask, what is the risk of being an independent director? See, independent directors are only liable for the actions that are taking place within their knowledge, or if you have consented for something, or you have not acted diligently, that's when you will be liable. Otherwise, as an independent director, you don't have to know everything about the companies, everything about the promoters, because you are not participating in day to day operations. So your standard of responsibility is much lower than executive directors, and even like this is widely known. So you will not have a very big responsibility for day to day operations. I hope that answers your question, Brajesh Mishra. Okay, what's Girish Gala? So the boot camp is absolutely free, and please attend the boot camp. You will get more details there. I have retired from a government PSU after serving for 40 years. Wow, Ashok Kumar, that is great. Actually, 86% of seats in specifically PSUs, NSCs, they are vacant right now, and they prefer having people from government and PSU departments. So Ashok Kumar, you actually have a great advantage. Where should one attend the board meeting? Aprajita Bhattachari. So board meetings can happen physically also, but now post pandemic you will see a lot of meetings are done virtually also. Average duration of a meeting is not more than 30 to 40 minutes, so you don't have to spend a lot of time in the meetings. They will give you the agenda beforehand, you can prepare, and a lot of meetings happen online. If you have to fly down, they will take care of you flying down, your stay, etc., and give you a sitting fees also. But mostly now things have become virtual. John, I have 37 years of banking experience. That's great. Sashi Jyoti is saying, I have worked in 3 different boards and qualified the IIC exam. Wonderful. Sashi Jyoti, that's great because you have a great network. So ID appointment could be much sooner than you expect, of course. Lokesh Mehra, legal liabilities I've just answered. Your responsibility is only till the extent that you are not exercising diligence or you are conniving against the board. Otherwise, you don't need to know anything about day to day operations because you're not a promoter group or you're not a part of the day to day company. Krishna Kumaran, absolutely. We have helped more than 35 people secure appointments, and so many of them have cleared. I think more than 290 is the data of our learners who have cleared the exam as well. So 75 plus people are in talks for appointments already, and we've had massive success of learners securing ID appointments. They've come from varied backgrounds, by the way. If you look at the learners that we have had, they have been compliance professionals also. Somebody has an agriculture background, somebody has been in rubber industry. So ex-PSU, ex-army, varied backgrounds, but they have successfully secured independent director appointments and they've had wonderful flourishing careers now post-retirement. I think you may inform the bootcamp via email. Ali, the bootcamp is going to happen live. It will happen on Zoom, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. The timing is different. It is going to be, I'll just share the timing of Monday. So this is 7 to 10 p.m., right? You will attend this on Zoom, not on email, all right? Albert, yes, online exam. What are the benefits, Krishna Yadav? So, becoming an independent director post retirement, or if you're approaching retirement, enables you to have a part time career. You don't have to work full time, right? It is basically the responsibility of attending board meetings and attending committee meetings. For that, you are getting a fees also, per sitting fees. Even if, by the way, you are working full time, you can still do this because there are so many people who have their own professional setup. They have a CS firm, a CA firm, a lawyer firm, or they are working full time, yet they are still independent directors because you can work part time as an independent director. You are not salaried, you get a sitting fees for this, and therefore both things are possible. Once you sit part time as an independent director, there are so many benefits, right? Starts with having recognition in boards, then you have your personal brand, then you have income also, and then of course other networking things. It can lead up to you publishing books, delivering TED talks, giving lectures in universities. So it depends on which path you want to take up, but ID could be your stepping stone towards a lot of other things. Madhu Boja, of course, yes, there will be mock tests before the exam. I'm not a graduate, but I have 3 years diploma in engineering. Ashok, that's completely fine. See, you don't need to be a graduate also, because people who are from tech, marketing, banking, sales, accounts, army, PSU, government, operations, whatever it is you've had, even social sector, you've worked in an NGO, you are a teacher, professor, all of these backgrounds have their different advantages. We will discuss which categories have what kind of advantage in the boot camp, and we'll show you how is it that you can embark on the journey of becoming an independent director. Absolutely, Surya Kumaran. If you have 38 years of experience in civil services, that is brilliant. You could use this experience, and we'll show you how you can leverage this to securing an appointment. How to build relationship with merchant bankers? That's a great question. So in the boot camp, I will teach you all strategies on networking with merchant bankers, what strategies to use, how to find merchant bankers, by the way, how to connect with them, and how is it that you can enable merchant bankers list more IPOs, in turn get appointed as an independent director on that company. So we'll give you a strategy. A lot of our learners have used this and secured appointments. Ashok Kumar, absolutely you are eligible. Okay. After clearing the exam, how long does it take to get appointment? What is the role? So see, you need to start building your personal brand even before clearing the exam. We don't recommend that you clear the exam and then start building your personal brand. You have to do these things parallelly. We let our learners know when is it that they are ready to actually sit for the exam, and by the time they end up clearing the exam, they have appointments already. Our learners have been through this journey, and maybe we'll make you meet a few, so you will get some more motivation on how real instances are happening and how people are doing it. What are the concepts to be tested? Okay, so we'll tell you the syllabus. Okay, in the boot camp, we'll tell you what is the syllabus. It's basically divided into three parts: the IICA exam, all right, and it's basically a self-assessment test, and 50 MCQs. Like I said, they'll ask you questions around companies law, securities law, basic accountancy, and corporate governance. It's not a difficult exam, also, and you can do this online from anywhere. Somebody saying MCA test is complex. I have not been able to final form for the exam slot. Don't worry, we can help you out and we can show you also. What is the question pattern for IIC exam? Like I said, it is MCQ online, 50 questions, 2 marks each. How can I contact merchant bankers? We will teach this to you in the bootcamp. Today, I'm just here to clear all your doubts. All right. What course material is available for the IIC exam? So it depends, there are a lot of databases also. There is that give you material, but for our learners, we curate specific material so that it's easier. In fact, every one of our learners have cleared the exam in their first attempt. CA or advocate are exempted from exams. What to do to enroll? That is true. CA and advocates are exempted from the IIC exam, but we still recommend that you give the IIC exam and then go, because it showcases that you've gone through the process, you understand what corporate governance is, and then move ahead. How to build your personal brand? So see guys, there are 5 pillars on building a personal brand. We will show you how you have to move step by step with every pillar. Start with having the skills, utilizing different online platforms, optimizing your profiles, networking with relevant people, and then building your personal brand. There are 5 pillars to having a personal brand. We will discuss each of them in the bootcamp live. Okay, I am a senior citizen, 68 years old. That is wonderful, Charles Sundar. You are definitely eligible. And, the maximum age for independent directors in India is 91 years right now. It can, of course, be more. It does not have to be a cap of 91. But the latest news was that the oldest independent director was at 91. So 68 is still very young. You have a lot of time and you can definitely do this. John Simona, you were a public relation officer for more than 1 year. That's great. I'm expecting boot camp as the takeoff of my career as ID Virendra Kapadia. That is wonderful because it has been the case of so many learners and they have benefited immensely because the boot camp gives you a step by step roadmap. This is for everyone listening to me right now. We give you a step by step roadmap that what is it that you need to do exactly in the next 6 months so that you're able to go ahead, clear the exam, build a personal brand, and secure your appointment as an independent director. It's a beautiful career path to take off, Virendra. Bhaskaran, you have 23 years of experience at Baharan as inventory controller. Wonderful. What are my credentials? She was asking Shubhran Shuja. So I am a lawyer and a company secretary myself, and I have trained more than 5,000 professionals, including many senior professionals in the last 3 to 4 years. I've been working for almost 10 years now. Sulja. I will be hosting the bootcamp for all of you coming 3 days, along with my other team members, of course. On which date IC exam? Nitin Mehta, you can schedule the IC exam anytime you like. It's an online exam, okay? So there is no specific date. This is wonderful, actually. Braj Mishra, you are saying you have 27 years of experience in port sector and as an electrical engineer. You have a very good chance. You know, there are people who have come from agri industry, went to operations, coming from rubber industry, going to tech. So your background does not necessarily mean that there has to be a type of company in the same segment. You could be actually working as an ID for different companies. Our learners, Manoj Sonawala, for example, Siddharth Priya, for example, so many other learners. I can like go on about the list, but they have some different background and they've been appointed as independent directors for different companies. The journey is so beautiful. In fact, one of our learners, Yakub, he had 21 years of experience in industrial factory automation, right? So BTech degree like you, and he got an appointment in Core Synergies Limited. I'm sure you must have heard about the company. So you can have your expertise company also, a different expertise company also. It could be a different experience for everyone, but it is definitely possible. People are already doing it. There is no age bar. Somebody is asking what is the age bar. See, you need to be above 21 years of age, and after 71, they need a resolution to be passed. That is mostly doable. So you pass a resolution and then you move forward with your appointment. So no age bar necessarily, just above 21 years of age, which I'm sure most of you are. Textile engineer having 28 years of experience. That's wonderful, Mahesh. You can definitely tap into this opportunity. What type of network should I look to? LinkedIn. So we will show you. Ideally, you should have investors, merchant bankers, and founders of small and medium enterprises or startup CEOs in your network, Dinesh, to get started with. But how to network with them, what to write with to them, how to strategize so that you can actually secure an appointment to this network, we will show you in the bootcamp. Please understand that this is a pre-bootcamp session. The strategy, the roadmap, the skills, the outreach technique, the personal brand building 5 pillars, and the roadmap, everything is going to happen in the bootcamp live. You guys should not miss it. Tomorrow 2 p.m. sharp is when we start, and it is going to be live only. All right, recording of the bootcamp will not be available, so please don't miss this out. Wonderful. Vasudevan, if you're a Navy officer, again, benefit, right? Navy, Army, Air Force, ex-PSU, ex-government, ex-civil servants, you have great advantage in securing appointments. EM, wow. So, Dr. Pradeep is saying, I have retired as GM from CPSE after serving 39 years. You know, 86% of independent director seats are vacant in CPSCs right now. That's the kind of opportunity that is there. Let me just probably see if I can share my screen in this setting and show you the news around it also. See, let me just share my screen. I'll go to my settings. Yeah. Let me know, guys, if you're able to see my screen. Just see this. This is specifically for Vasudevan and Dr. Pradeep. Can you see this? So government is actually expediting to tackle 86% vacant director post in central PSUs. So you can see official data reveals 648 of approximately 750 independent non-official director roles on CPSC. They are unfilled by the end of directors. This is January last year only. I hardly think they've updated anything, but this is the news right here. Even if you just see 80% of CPSC ID appointments, you will see that they are sharing that so many posts are vacant right now. So you have a great advantage, Dr. Pradeep, because I'm sure you already have the network also. Online sitting at home. Yes, you can do this online sitting at home. Yes, John. So for the bootcamp, of course, there is no reading material, but we ensure that we give you giveaways. So if you attend the bootcamp, you get a lot of free giveaways on strategies, on reading material. Do not miss this out. I'm a retired engineer. Perfect, Shivaji. I just said, right? For eligibility, I could go on, but everybody I'm sure is joining from a different background. And we ensure that whether your background, whether it is banking, accounting, marketing, operations, ex government, ex PSU, civil, or even a teaching background, we ensure that we specifically curate personalized roadmaps for all our learners so that they can utilize their strengths in their field and secure appointments. How the roadmap looks like, how the personalized dossier looks like, I will show in the boot camp. Okay. When is the boot camp starting? Tomorrow. The date is 21st February, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd February, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. And on Monday, it is going to be 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. because some of you may be working. So we have shifted the time as it's a weekday. Do you need any extra skills as an independent director? Arshdeep, not extra skills, but you need a personal brand. You need to start building on that. We will share. Okay, 35 years in experience in corporate companies. Wonderful. I just explained about different backgrounds. What are the materials available? Arvendra, we will discuss this in the boot camp. When can I be eligible for this job? You have to give the ISC exam, build your personal brand, and start networking. And when you secure the appointment, see, I'm telling you, first appointment is the only thing that you need to secure, and little time will be there. But once you secure your first appointment, rest of them will flow. Our learners have experienced this. Wonderful. Agriculture. Somebody saying you have done agriculture. I will tell you one of our learners. Okay, her name is Ganga Vidya, and sorry, her name is Suman Chaudhary. So from agriculture, she's Suman Chaudhary, and she was an agri business consultant. Someone just like you, Govardhan Khub Chandran, and Sanjay Kumar Raut, right? You are saying you're from agriculture background. One of our learners, Suman Chaudhary, she again agriculture background, and she secured an appointment. So there is a company called Zap Fresh, right? So she got an appointment. Suman is from Mumbai. She used the same background that you have, and she secured an appointment. Retired Indian Air Force, wonderful. 40 years of manufacturing, how to get the first break. Everybody wants to know the strategy that is going to be revealed in the boot camp, a step-by-step plan, what you must do in the coming 6 months to get there. We will show you. Are CAs exempt from the IICA exam, Manoj Sethi? Yes, but we still recommend that you give the exam to understand the corporate governance part. More about this in the boot camp, but yes, you are exempt, to answer your question plainly. Is the company law should be thorough? So see, they will ask you questions around company law because you have to sit in board meetings, understand how the setup works, resolutions, shareholders, their interests, liabilities, but you don't have to be like thorough with it. They will ask this to you in the exam to make sure that you have a good understanding. You should know corporate governance rather than company law specifically. You need to know company law, but corporate governance in a broader perspective. Ramesh. Wonderful, Mahesh, Shangdir, you are a textile engineer. You have great opportunities ahead. You can utilize this. What type of network should I look for? LinkedIn. I think I've already answered this. A director already own company still needs to clear IC exam. So no, promoters will never be independent directors. If you're owning the company, you're not eyeing for an independent director. The whole point of being independent is that you are not a part of the executive group or the promoter group, right? You are not in the day-to-day running of the business. You just need to attend board meetings, committee meetings, ask relevant question around the governance, and make sure that shareholders and public interest is safeguarded. That is the job of an independent director. If you own the company, you can't be an independent director. Is the ICA exam difficult? It's not difficult. You just need to score 50% to pass the exam. It is MCQ exam, and all of our learners, they have cleared it in first attempt. More than 290 of our learners. So no, not difficult. Perfect. Agrim Charitable, you are saying you have 20 years of experience as a CA, you are exempt for the exam, how to enroll. We will show that in the boot camp, all right? I'm just coming here to clear your doubts about eligibility, your background, the IICA exam, and how to even join the bootcamp, by the way. See, this is going to be online. It is going to be live. It is going to be on Zoom. So make sure you have downloaded Zoom and you're sitting in peace, because we will not be able to repeat everything. It's just for 3 hours per day, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So make sure you join on time. 40 years of experience in naval dockyard, you are eligible. Everybody telling me their experiences, please understand that you are eligible. The how to network, how to build your personal brand, how to get things done, strategies will be disclosed in the bootcamp. Okay, senior manager from a bank, absolutely you are eligible. Somdat Yadav. Dinesh Bhatia, I have already answered your question about networking on LinkedIn, merchant bankers, investors, SME owners, startup founders. Pradeep Chauhan, how to build a personal brand. I will tell this to you in the bootcamp about the 5 pillars. Okay, let me see if there are any fresh questions. I have cleared the IIC exam. Will it make a difference for the first break? Honestly, no. See, clearing the IIC exam is actually a mere technicality. There are so many independent directors, and I'm sure there are people here also who have cleared the IIC exam, but that is not good enough to secure an appointment. After that, you have to have a journey of building your personal brand and creating a network, something that we will teach to you. Okay. So, yes, you have, like, you are one step ahead because you have cleared the exam, but you need to go through the other parts also. 20 years of experience in academic and NGO sector, but in present I have, of course, Dipali, that's completely fine. See, even if you've had a break right now, you have 20 years of experience specifically in the social sector. You can bring your expertise to the table. We'll tell you how specifically your background could be advantageous. And yes, you can secure appointments. AI and SaaS knowledge is required. Arshdeep, not necessarily, honestly. For an independent director position, you need knowledge of corporate governance, you need knowledge of company law, and you need to know your own expertise. If you are somebody who has a tech background and you're looking to work with a tech company, maybe, but otherwise, no. How do we find companies with retiring IDs using? Wow, Pradeep Chauhan, I think you already know. I will tell you guys what we are going to discuss in the boot camp. The agenda is for all of you specifically curated, because we will show you how the opportunity to become an independent director can be tapped into. What are the benefits of becoming an independent director, and how you can have more money, prestige, credibility, and even some second order benefits, by the way. How is it that an ID position will open up so many doors? Just don't think about an independent director position like sitting on the board. Apart from that, there are so many other doors that open up for you. We'll show you what the journey could be, right? Of course, like I promised, a step by step roadmap, how to become an independent director, how to secure your first appointment. And IICA exam will be discussed in detail. See, cracking the exam is not difficult, right? It is a technical requirement, but it is not sufficient. Please remember that. What additional steps we will tell you, okay? So, how to prepare for the IICA exam? We will show you live how to find merchant bankers, how to network with them, and how to find SMEs and get appointed to those SMEs and become an independent director, okay? We will show you what are the 5 pillars of building your personal brand and how you should build those. How you can get book published, hire ghostwriters to build your personal brand further, even board meetings, right? So you might say that you need to have experience. So we'll show you how you can conduct yourself in the first board meeting, or how to use the MCA website, find out if a company is eligible for IPOs, how to get your PR coverage, how to get interviewed on podcast, and even deliver TED Talks. So that's broadly the agenda of the boot camp. So Ishan is asking what could be the earning potential per seating. I have about 13 years of experience. Ishan, so 13 years of experience is great because ideally you need 10 plus years of experience. You have 13, that's great. Per sitting, if you're starting with a small company, let's say a small and medium enterprise who has gone through an IPO, you could tap anywhere between 25 to 50,000 per sitting, in sitting fees only. And as you grow, it gets much higher. So it can convert to 75,000 to 1 lakh rupees once you have a bigger company. Because see, a small company is great to get started with, but ultimately you want to go to nifty 50 companies, right? So you start off with 25, 30,000, 50,000 per sitting fees, do that 1 lakh in your eventual years. So there is great potential. And sitting fees for what, 30 minutes and 40 minutes of meeting time online, or even if you have to go offline, it's completely worth it, and it's a great earning potential also. Retired Deputy Education Officer at Zilla Parishad Nanded. Wonderful. Gauri Chause. This is great. You should definitely look at becoming an IT. Can we get hired on? What does that mean? JD Realty, I'm not very sure about your question. I'm MSc in Mass Communication. Wonderful. You can see everybody's telling me your different experiences. All of you are eligible. Okay. Is there any guarantee? Lipan, how can I guarantee your appointment? There is a roadmap that I can give to you on what you must follow, and I can give you the entire strategy. And I can tell you that people who have done this have secured appointments, but it's completely up to you, right? What transport and accommodation will be appointed, will be given if we get appointed as an independent? Of the company who is doing the board meeting, they will do your flight tickets, they will do your stay. It's the norm actually. If I have my own enterprise, can I still be independent director of another company? Anshu Bhartiya, absolutely yes. There is no problem. You will meet lawyers, CAs, CS, compliance professionals who have their own firm, but they are still doing independent director appointments. 68 years, Deepak, 35 years in banking. See, there is no age limit. 21 is minimum where you can get started. After 71, they need to pass a resolution. And right now, the oldest serving independent director is 91 years. So actually, no age limit. Don't worry about age. It is a great opportunity for people who are approaching retirement or who are retired right now and you are looking for something lucrative and part-time. Chakra Pani, unfortunately, we will just end in the next 5 minutes because I have mostly covered all doubts. Okay, any other doubts that you guys have? And because I can see repetitive questions, any unique doubts that you want me to address, please understand that this is a pre-bootcamp session. I only came here to speak to all of you about how you're feeling about the opportunity and whether you have any doubts about eligibility, the exam, or how you can do this. The strategies, the roadmap, the skills that I just told you about, all will be covered live in the bootcamp. It starts tomorrow, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., 3 hours each day, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Okay. Perfect. Then I don't think any unique questions coming up. Who conducts the ICA exam? It is the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Fees and terms of payment. So ICA exam is not very costly. It's around 5,000 rupees that you must pay. Let me check the latest fees. Okay. And this is that you must do online. Okay, any other questions? 5,000, like I said, 5,000 plus 18% GST is the exam fees for ICA. It's MCQ, Gaussian Chaussee. What else is it? Anil, it's better if you attend all 3 days because the bootcamp is planned for 3 days. Do startups needs IDs? Chirag, so if a startup is going ahead and doing an IPO, they definitely need independent director. And I'll tell you, the limit has gone so low. So it's not just startups, SMEs, or main board listings that you can target. I will discuss how new and upcoming opportunities are coming up, specifically for NBFCs, REITs also, and there are new opportunities opening up for companies to have an IPO that are requiring ID appointments. I'll discuss that in the bootcamp. Fees and terms of payment for, okay, we will discuss this in the bootcamp. IICA exam fees, yes, you need a DIN number, okay? All right. I don't think any more questions around, any doubts. Thank you so much, guys, for joining this pre-bootcamp Ask Me Anything question. I think I've resolved most of the doubts. You can have as many attempts as you want, Sriram. Yes, a DIN number is required for becoming an independent director. We'll discuss how you can get the DIN number in the bootcamp. But yes, you need a director identification number. Perfect. I hope you are all excited about joining the bootcamp. We're going to discuss the opportunity in much more detail, give you the strategies to connect with merchant bankers, to build a personal brand, and most importantly, secure your first ID appointment. I hope you're all excited. If you are, you can let me know in the chat box. And I hope I've resolved most of your doubts about eligibility, the opportunity, how to network, more things coming up in the live session. 3 days, do not miss this. It could be career and life changing. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday it is 7 to 10 p.m. because we know all of you must be working or somewhere busy. So it's 7 to 10 p.m. on Monday. Bootcamp details will be shared. Bootcamp is already shared. Our team will share a registration link in case somebody is present who was not registered for the bootcamp, so you can still do it. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye bye. See you.